And of course, the statute makes it an affirmative defense, and I don't want to get too in the weeds here, but the prosecution has to prove that he's sane.
Well, that's right. It's affirmative defense, but not all the way. Once it's asserted, once they put forward a little bit of evidence, the state still has to come back now and prove that he's sane.
Okay, now, you and I both know that insanity doesn't generally fly. Do you think that people are going to say, you have to be out of your mind to do this? Or are they going to say, you know what, enough with these excuses?
Yeah, I mean, I do. Remember that the shooters in Columbine were dead. There was nobody to hold accountable. I think the people of Colorado are waiting to hold this fellow accountable. And I'm going to tell you one thing I haven't heard in all the media today is about the booby traps. You know, that booby trap was his Joker's joke. That was meant. He thought about it, and he said, this is going to be the Joker's joke. Somebody is going to hear that music in the middle of the night and come in, and what a little joke.
And the amazing part of it, Jeffrey, is that there is a woman who lived downstairs and went upstairs to open the door because she heard this trance music, and all of a sudden she backed off. It gives me the chills to even talk about it.
That's the heinousness about it. Look, he played the Joker, not the Batman. Had he played the Batman, maybe he could say that he was trying to do the right thing.
All right, Jeffrey, let's say he's playing the Joker. Does that mean he's crazy or just evil?
Doesn't mean that he's crazy yet. And he has to know, you know, the test is a McNaughton test, or at least half of it.
Right.
He has to not know the difference between right and wrong. Well, he's picking wrong. He's picking an evil character. He's fulfilling evil. He's not saying, I'm Batman and these people are evil in the theater. That would be not knowing right from wrong. This guy knew right from wrong.
He knew right from wrong, and he knew to ask for a lawyer, didn't he?
That's exactly right. But that's the first part about it, whether he'll be incompetent. And I don't think he's going to be incompetent for reasons exactly like that.
And you know what I love? I have to tell you, Jeffrey, I looked at the Colorado statute, and I thought it was very interesting the way the Colorado legislature exempted from insanity acts that are born of revenge, hatred, anger. Basically, the Colorado legislature was saying, you know what? We don't like the fact that if you're angry, and we can prove you're angry and that you're hateful, that you're going to use insanity. We're not going to let you do it. Kudos to them.
And they're not going to allow temporary insanity. That's what people come and say, oh, I was only insane for a minute, like that recent pilot for JetBlue or whatever, who's only insane for 30 minutes. They're not going to allow that to happen here. So it's going to be very interesting. He has to really be out of his mind, just as you said.
Well, you know, there are those who would say that, you know, he's probably a schizophrenic and all that. But don't you think there has to be a history of mental illness of some sort of outrageous behavior? And the only thing I heard is a traffic ticket.
I don't think there has to be a history, but I think he has to be out of his mind, literally not know what's going on. And if he understood what he was doing, which was creating a plan, a very intricate plan to make a movie scene in a movie theater and then have a booby trap as a little side joke that the Joker would make, this guy is going to be convicted.
Can he get a fair trial?
That's a hard one. I mean, he's acted like a terrorist. Okay,
he is a terrorist.
Well, you know, the true definition of a terrorist would require some motive, a political motive, etc. But he's acted as it very intricately, widespread injury. It's going to be hard for him to get a fair trial, but that's the best he's going to get the best he can.
All right, Jeffrey, thanks so much for being with us this evening. And that's it for us tonight.